Do you know which streets in Manhattan are considered the most dangerous? Today, we're embarking on a journey through Manhattan's less glamorous side, focusing on the areas which, according to crime data, hold the dubious distinction of being the most perilous. We'll be examining data on murders, robberies, rapes, and assaults to chart this risk-riddled landscape. It's a side of the Big Apple that's often overshadowed by its iconic skyscrapers and bustling streets. So buckle up as we navigate through the concrete jungle's dark corners, shining a light on the realities that often go unseen. Let's dive into the countdown, starting with the 10th most dangerous street. At number 10, we have the infamous Alphabet City. This is a place where walking at night can feel a bit like stepping into the pages of a noir novel. The crime statistics paint a bleak picture. Murders, robberies, assaults, and even instances of rape have been reported here. This street, not for the faint of heart. It's a place where you keep your eyes open and your wits about you. But it's not all doom and gloom. In recent years, there has been a concerted effort to curb the crime rate and improve safety. Community programs have been put in place, and there's a sense of optimism that things are starting to turn around. Still, it's essential to remember that safety should always be your top priority. So, as we leave the 10th most dangerous street in Manhattan behind, let's move on to the 9th. Taking the 9th spot is the notorious East Harlem. This particular location has been consistently appearing in the crime data reports, making it one of the streets you might want to steer clear of after dark. The crime data for this street reveals a number of incidents. The statistics include not only robberies and assaults, but also a notable number of murders and rapes. These alarming figures paint a grim picture of the safety situation on this street. But it's not just the numbers that tell the story. The residents' experiences and the frequent police patrols corroborate the data. It's a stark reminder of the reality on the ground, a reality that we should all strive to change. However, it's important to remember that crime data is complex and ever-changing. The ranking of this street as the 9th most dangerous is based on the most recent data available. As we all know, situations can change, sometimes quite rapidly. In the end, understanding these numbers is not about stoking fear, but about fostering awareness and inspiring actions that can make our streets safer for everyone. Now let's proceed to the 8th most dangerous street. Coming in at number 8, we have the surprising inclusion of the vibrant and bustling Broadway. Now, don't let its reputation for bright lights and big city allure fool you. According to recent data, Broadway has seen a concerning uptick in crime rates, particularly in the categories of robberies and assaults. This iconic avenue, stretching the full length of Manhattan, isn't just home to world-renowned theaters and shops, but also to a darker side of city life. The sheer volume of foot traffic and the prevalence of late-night activities might be contributing factors to the elevated crime rates. However, it's essential to remember that crime can occur anywhere, and it doesn't define a location's entire story. Broadway continues to be a vital artery of New York City, a symbol of the city's energy and resilience. So, while it's important to stay vigilant, it's equally crucial to appreciate the unique character Broadway brings to Manhattan. We'll uncover the 7th most dangerous street. At number 7, we find ourselves on the notorious 125th Street. Now, do remember, the intention here isn't to vilify any part of Manhattan, but to provide awareness and encourage safety. This street has seen its fair share of criminal activity over the years. The crime statistics paint a stark picture, with an unfortunate increase in both assaults and robberies. While the number of murders remains relatively low, the frequency of these violent crimes creates a sense of unease. The city's police force is well aware of the issues plaguing this area, and efforts are underway to improve the situation. Initiatives like CompStat, implemented in the mid-90s, use data to manage crime and improve procedures, leading to a drop in crime levels. Yet this street remains a hotspot, a reminder that while progress is being made, there is still much work to be done. But remember, every neighborhood has its own story, its own challenges, and its own strengths. As we continue our countdown, let's not forget the vibrant life and culture that exists within these streets, even as we confront the harsh realities they face. Let's advance to the 6th most dangerous street. Securing the 6th spot is the charming yet dangerous 116th Street. Nestled amidst the hustle and bustle of Manhattan, this street has seen its fair share of criminal activity. From the statistics at hand, 116th Street has a notable of reported cases of both violent and non-violent crimes. Murders, assaults, robberies and rapes aren't unfamiliar occurrences, painting a grim picture of the street's safety situation. This is not a reality one can ignore, and while these numbers might seem daunting, it's important to remember that they represent a fraction of the overall population. Yet it's an unsettling reminder of the persistent issues that need to be addressed for the safety and well-being of the residents and visitors alike. It's also crucial to point out that the police department is taking significant strides to combat crime in this area using statistical data to improve procedures and manage crime more effectively. The implementation of CompStat, for instance, has been successful in reducing crime to some extent, which is a promising sign of progress. Now we're halfway through. On to the top 5 most dangerous streets. Cracking the top 5, at number 5 is the 42nd Street. This street has gained quite a reputation for itself, and not for the best reasons. It's a place where the city's underbelly is on full display. According to the NYPD's CompStat data, this street has seen a dramatic increase in crime rates over the past year. The crimes range from robberies and assaults to more severe offenses like rape and murder, making it a street to be wary of. The city's efforts to curb crime in this area have been met with varying degrees of success. The NYPD has increased their presence and implemented new strategies to combat crime. However, the underlying issues that lead to these criminal activities persist. The data shows a higher frequency of incidents during certain times of the day, particularly late at night. The NYPD has been working tirelessly to bring these numbers down, but it remains a challenge. It's a stark reminder of the harsh realities that can be found in the city that never sleeps. This street's place in our list is a call to action for city officials and citizens alike. It's a reminder that safety should always be a priority, and that everyone has a role to play in creating a safer community. Let's move forward to the 4th most dangerous street. At number 4, we have the notorious 14th Street. This street has seen a significant number of violent crimes, including murders, robberies, rapes, and assaults. It's a stark reminder that danger can lurk in even the most unexpected places. By examining the data from the York City Police Department, we can see that this street has a higher crime rate than the city average, a trend that has persisted for several years. The majority of these crimes involve robbery and assault, but a disturbing number of murders and rapes have also been reported. This data paints a distressing picture, but it's crucial to remember that it doesn't define the people who live and work on this street. Many residents are working hard to improve their community and combat these issues. The city's law is also actively involved, implementing strategies to reduce crime and increase safety. That said, these statistics make it clear that much work remains to be done. As we continue our countdown, remember, while it's important to be aware of these crime rates, it's equally essential not to let fear dictate our lives. We must all do our part to make our streets safer. Now we were approaching the top 3 most dangerous streets. In the top 3, taking the 3rd spot, is the 145th Street. This street, despite its charm and bustling city life, has a darker side. It's not just the towering buildings that cast long shadows here, but also the crime rates that seem to be looming over it. The crime data for this street includes a mix of robberies, assaults, and the occasional murder, painting a grim picture of what life can be like in this part of Manhattan. While the city's overall crime rate has been on a downward trend, this street seems to buck that trend, with crime rates that warrant its position in our list. The local police are doing their best, but as we've seen, crime can be a stubborn problem to solve. From the data available, it's clear that this street is a hotspot for robberies and assaults. And while the number of murders may be lower in comparison, each incident is a stark reminder of the dangers lurking in the city's shadows. It's important to note that this doesn't define the entirety of this street. There are still businesses thriving, people living their lives, and a community that, despite the odds, continues to stand together. However, the crime rates are a reality that can't be ignored. Now we're down to the top 2 most dangerous streets. Just missing the top spot, at number 2, is the surprising inclusion of 34th Street. This area is known for its high crime rates, particularly concerning murders, robberies, rapes, and assaults. The data from the New York City Police Department's CompStat system provides a stark visual representation of the crime rates here. The numbers don't lie. They reveal a troubling pattern of violence and crime that has persisted over the years. The alarming statistics include a rise in both reported incidents and the severity of these crimes. The neighborhood's residents face these realities daily, with the looming threat of violence becoming an all too familiar part of their lives. The local authorities have been grappling with these issues, implementing various strategies and measures to curb the crime rates and ensure the safety of residents. It's a daunting task, given the entrenched nature of the problems and the complexity of their causes. Despite these challenges, there are signs of hope. Community initiatives and preventative measures are making a difference, slowly but surely. However, the journey to safety and security is a long one, and it requires the concerted efforts of all stakeholders, the authorities, community members, and even you, the viewer. And finally, the most dangerous street in Manhattan is... Topping our list at number 1 is the notorious 125th Street. This area has experienced a significant number of murders, robberies, rapes, and assaults, making it the most dangerous street in Manhattan. The crime data, which is accessible to the public via the NYPD's CompStat 2.0 portal, paints a stark picture of the challenges this community faces on a daily basis. Despite the ongoing efforts to improve safety and law enforcement response, this street remains a hotspot for criminal activity, and there you have it, the most dangerous street in Manhattan. So, those were the top 10 most dangerous streets in Manhattan. From our journey together, we've seen how crime rates can drastically vary from one street to another. Our list has taken us through the corners of Manhattan, each with its unique circumstances and challenges. From the bustling energy of Times Square to the quiet underbelly of the Lower East Side, we've seen how crime can penetrate even the most unsuspected streets. Despite these revelations, it's crucial to remember that Manhattan, like any other city, is a diverse tapestry of experiences. While some areas may be marked by higher crime rates, this does not define the entire borough. It's also important to note that crime data can change, and what might be a hotspot today can be a safe haven tomorrow. Remember, regardless of where you are, staying safe should always be your top priority. Always be aware of your surroundings and take necessary precautions. Thanks for watching.